What up, rat boys? Right, so today I'm going to show you my interchange loot run. Now, the whole aim of this is to avoid every single possible fight. Similar to a few other interchange runs, mine's slightly different because I do tend to go in underground in certain areas. Um, but what we'll do, I'll run you it and I'll show you an alternative because there is two depending where you spawn. Now, let's load in. I'm going to do an offline raid here. We just swap this over. What I'll go over first, actually, is we've got ears here. You need ears just so you can hear. Helmet's not really necessary because, again, we're avoiding fights. We're trying to get from A to B as fast as possible. As long as you hit at least 4 stashes, you don't get the run through time. Okay, these are really quick runs. Spaced in about 10 minutes, potentially 15 minutes, depending how far you go. If you get something good, get out. I've just hit level 15 today. So I've got flea available, so I want to get some stuff on the flea and get it going and try to get my rule count up a little bit. So I'm just going to run a VPO 136. This is with the Prism 2 scope on. You don't need this. If you're not level 15 yet and you want an alternative, any gun works. My opinion, you can be outside. I'd pick something with a scope, personally, maybe a PSO scope on a OPSKS, or really anything really works. Try to avoid a pistol though. The reason I say that is because of the sky. Tagged and cursed. It's slightly different now, and I have loaded in with the pistol and haven't been charged on by scavs. Not sure what that were about. But let's get into a raid and we'll see. I'll catch you when I'm inside. Right, so we're in. Okay, our extract will always be Emacom if we spawn on this side. Now, first thing you want to do is hit the stash. There's a stash up here, and I'm going to talk about where all the stashes are at the end of the video. I'll pull a map up, we'll have a look at it. So we hit this stash. Nothing brilliant, but still. Just run through. Now, if you get this one, the scavs don't usually spawn when you first arrive. You can avoid them entirely. Now, the way you want to do this is pull down. Save a little bit of stamina down here. Watch out for a spawn on your left because there will be people crossing. Run up, stay in this dip, keep nice and covered. No one from over there is going to be able to see you. You've got the range even if you do. I'm going to push up here. It's all about speed. So that's why we fall good armor, because you're not always going to win, but you're always going to get out where you've got your stash. And you've got the certain pouch. If you've got a smaller pouch, I'd suggest just running a few more cheese, maybe even some painkillers in your pockets. Just swap them out as and when you get new stuff. So when I hit this one, there is sometimes a potential for a good spawn on that sofa. Not today. Now, behind this blue truck is a barrel. They're not treating very well today. We're going to get some spare metal parts. I want to save a few because we've got to do a double jump here. There is also a spawn over there, but by the time you get here, the way the flow of the map usually goes, people are hitting inside. Run down here. Save a little bit. Because we don't want to get the exhaustion debuff. So otherwise it's going to take long in the long run. So try and never go in to absolute zero. Yes, I'm a better. Nothing in there. Okay. one's near the tree. There it is. Jump on. Flash drive and tactical spots. You would take them, but I'm opting not to because I don't like the tactical spots. Now, here's a thing as well you can do. If you go up here, it is a bit foggy today. The reason why I say you can go up here is because you're very rarely going to get spotted here. It's also weapon spawn up here. And anyone doing standard interchange elite run will be running up this way, and usually meet around that top barrel up there. So if you can manage to get here without seeing or noticing anything, spend a couple minutes, just survey the area, see if there's anyone following you, see if there's anyone hitting stashes, because if someone's doing a stash run a little bit further away, they'll catch up to you and they'll see that you're doing stashes and they'll just punch across. You can also see you can get some good snipes on some scavs here, and yeah, good little area to hit. Just close it behind us, so you know, Trey's little rat tactics there here. I will say that weapon spawn up there isn't always 100%, so it is what it is. Now there are two spawns up here, two stashes, so let's hit that. One near the tree. Mask, take that, kite, there is one in the bush, I believe this one, is it? It's in line, the way that I do it is in line with the frame, between two trees. Where is this bush here? Then you might move that one. Not to worry, I'm going to keep pushing down. And we're going to hit this duffel here. Just speed, try to get out. These cigarettes. Going to get this stash up here and I'm going to skim that fence line. What we're doing is we're checking these tables, just on this little pointer. And as you can see there's a bottle of a kvass, and you can sometimes get bottles of vodka on here as well, and whiskey, which are great for bars. No luck for us today. Well, that's the body armor. of this stuff isn't even worth taking, to be fair. Now, we've hit them two. We want to watch out for this top row here, because sometimes you get scabs that watch that. Now, we've got two options. We can either hit Emacom. Now, we didn't really get much, and I'm willing to say that this is a pretty crap run so far. You do get these, sometimes you get really good stuff. I pulled out slicks, I pulled out airframes, all sorts from these. Now, punch up here. There is scab spawns on the right there. And what we're doing here, we're going to hit a few, we're going to try hitting the mailbox. So we're just going to try hitting the weapons first. If you get enough stuff on that first loop round, I'd suggest just hitting Amacom in the second. But we didn't really get anything out of the station, so I'm going to carry on. You know you're in the right place, but you have to fire it. Around this corner. Weapons back. Now these wire, these can be quite good for the auction house, not the flea market if you do have it unlocked. You really have to have 10 M700s. The med box here. This wave defense, so we'll swap that for that. Always keep the most valuable things that you've got in your pouch. Okay. This point is pretty heavy. We want to conserve a bit of running speed because we're going to try to cross up there without being seen. Now, if you don't have anything good, you can go reset over there. That's no bad luck. I'll show this all on the map, the routes that I would take, depending on spawns. Pointless in our position already. We have nothing to gain from it. We're not going to believe this body. We're already pretty full. So right here is where you stop. You're in a blind spot. You'll be able to hit anyone that's running up to you, usually is. And we're waiting for a stamina to regen, and we're going to jump this wall. It is a bit tricky. However, a little bit further on there is a door. I'll show you that as we pass. Now again, if you just carry this on, there is a door here that you can run through. at these rocks here, there is another stash, and it's up to you if you want to take it. I personally don't, because it's quite out in the open. You have to lay down and loot, and you can get aggroed by scavs, you can get sniped at, and it's just not something that I've been willing to risk. Here you can peek over a little bit, and you'll see anyone on this wall because they'll skyline against the blue. We're going to try and make sure that you're not skylining, staying on the back end of the hill, running down. And if you do see anyone, just wait here a couple minutes. They'll get out, and the approach on this to prevent exit campers would be to check this window right here. This is where they usually stand. They'll usually stand right there. You can also see in this bush here. So further checking corners, run over, and if you push against this, hold A and jump, should be able to get up. I'm a bit heavy because I've got 2 body armors on. You can get up there, and it keeps you fully safe for your entire extract. And took 14 minutes, and I'd say roughly based on the loot that we've got, we did get quite a bit of stuff to help us in future raids. But anything you might want to sell, there's some barter stuff there. It's just a nice, quick and easy 15 minute run if your scav's on cooldown, or even if you just want to keep smashing your PMC, 1000 XP. I know it's not brilliant, but it adds up. It does add up over time. So that was an offline raid that we did there, so I didn't get any of that stuff. What I'm going to do, I'm going to swap over now, and I'm going to show you the map. So that was our little loot run. Now there is a few alternatives depending where you spawn. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you where all the stashes are on the map. This is mapgenie.io. If you've not heard of this brilliant website, it's got a load of different maps that give you where everything is on the map itself. So the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to snip this. I'm going to use the snipping tool just so I can draw on it. So we're going to just grab this here. Okay. So when we start up here, there is 3 potential zones where you'll start. So I'd say that and that is a reasonable. There's reasonably 3 different spawn locations that you'll get. Now, the first route we'll do is from here. It's like one big circle. You can well, you're missing out a slither depending on what your spawn is. But the way that we spawned here. We hit this stash here, jumped across, ran down, hit this stash, jumped across again, hit the ammo crate, which is where you can get some really, really good ammo. And then we jumped across, hit this stash up here, got in top of the tower, and then we surveyed the area just for a moment or two, just to make sure that there's no one doing stash runs behind us or in front of us, so that when we continue our run, we'll be safe. From there, we punched down, hit this barrel here. Couldn't find this other one. I think they might have moved that one, or it might be an error on the map. I'm not too sure. We hit this stash here. We skirted down the fence line. We jumped across. There is a duffel here, and there's also a duffel here that we hit. We didn't hit this one here. You can do if you'd like. We hit these 2 stashes, and then we made the decision that we didn't really get that great loot, so we punched in underground. And the way that we did that was we just punched up, and when you see the hole in the wall, you take a right, and then you just keep going north. And then when you hear the fire above you, you know you're in the right area, and this is the jump up that brings you into the back of Hemel. We didn't go up there. We hit a box here. There's a box here, and we hit the ammo crate here. There's another box here, and a box here. So from there, we then ran out, and this links us here. Jumped across, got behind, jumped around, and then got out. Now I'll do it in blue, the other route that you do. Now if you start here, always hit power. There's a stash back here. You got two options. If you get something decent in power, or you get something decent in the stash, or you just want a shorter route, you can either punch down here, hit this. There's also a few boxes here with some tech supplies in. You can then run down here, missing the first door. Okay, miss that first door, which is here. We want to hit around here, so we go to where the hole in the fence is, and then we go under. From there you can hit these again and back on yourself. Down here, hit these two stashes, and then continue as normal. The alternative that you've got is you can go across this way. There's a dump here with a ammo box, weapon box, sorry, and inside there's a 100% chance for an Iskra to spawn. Ignore the stash because it doesn't exist, at least not to what I've found. And then you can continue around the back here and continue off where, if you wanted the longer route on that. We're avoiding the inside. We are hitting a few of the underground, but there it is, guys. That's my quick interchange stash run to try to get a bit more money and just try to get a little bit out. You don't need a right lot to be able to do this. The barrier for entry is really low, and if you've got a lot of free slots in your pouch, you're pulling out more than you're bringing in. If you run a scav out of factory and you use that kit, you can do this run. So even if you're dead broke, this is something that'll get you back on your feet if you're really struggling. Okay, so that's my little rat guide of Interchange. I know that the Gunslinger, who we did a podcast, there should be a link up somewhere popping up to our first podcast. He said he's going to do one of woods because he's really good at all of the stashes on woods. Woods, just for an example of woods, if we hide all this and just allow the caches, there is a lot on here for stashes, but I'll not show you my woods stash run. It is slightly different to Danny's, but he's got one that hits a lot more stashes than mine, so I'll leave that for him to do a video on. And I'd just like to say thank you for watching. And any support on this channel would be really appreciated. We have just started out, and any comments, any likes, subscriptions, that'd be brilliant. It's really encouraging from the last video, some of the views and comments that we've got. So thank you for that. Take care.